Hi, everyone. This is Anthony Devine, the teacher librarian at El Cajon Valley High School in the Grossmont District, and I'm here to share the EL Roadmap tool for online learning we're calling Writing Scaffolds. Many educators are familiar with the idea of scaffold. The idea of scaffolding comes from the idea of the zone of proximal development. That is, that there's some distance between what students can currently do without support, and then there's the learning goal, which is a little bit outside of that. The distance between those two is the area where students need scaffolds. And it's tough to know what students need until they try the task and the teacher can kind of see what's needed. Another idea about scaffolds is that it provides temporary support. For the overview, I've got a couple of blog links, 8 ways to scaffold writing for English learners, and good academic writing doesn't have to be a struggle. I believe this second one is from the creators of They Say, I Say, or it references They Say, I Say. It's a great book for modeling academic writing, for giving students templates for participating in academic discourse. Definitely want to check that out and expose students to that. Check out their blog. As far as connections to the EL roadmap, um, this definitely falls into intentional teaching, language intentional teaching, helping students understand that the way they use language has purpose, rhetorical functions. On this side of the chart, these are definitely just ideas about scaffolding and how supporting students is appropriate, it's needed, and we should definitely be used to doing that, especially for the English language learners in our classroom. If you're interested in a little bit deeper learning, there's this 45-minute lecture on English learner instruction for middle and high school. It's a great resource. And the ELD framework, we've got a few quotations and sections screenshot for you so you can see the highlights as we see them. If you're interested in the whole thing, definitely check out Chapter 2. Just like with all of these supports, there are a variety of ways to implement. You definitely want to get students talking. You probably have heard studies about how students don't have very many opportunities to speak during the day, especially English learners. So encourage students to share ideas that they'll be writing about. Um, a lot of times speaking naturally bridges to writing, so encourage that speaking. Academic writing can be mysterious because the tasks are sometimes hard to understand. Writing prompts are tough to decode sometimes, so help students explicitly teach them how to analyze writing prompts. What is this writing task telling me to do? In responding to prompts, you can help students by giving them sentence frames, by showing them model essays, model responses, and providing them with a key phrase bank or a word bank or a list of key concepts is definitely helpful for students so they know what vocabulary to use and what concepts to connect through their academic writing. It's definitely helpful to provide frequent, specific feedback to students. You want to give them an opportunity to see where their skills are as far as the learning goals are concerned. And you want to provide them with tools like graphic organizers to take ideas and record them in such a way that facilitates academic writing later on. And like our other tools, this idea of writing scaffolds definitely connects with helping students create goals and receive feedback around ELD standards, specifically writing with appropriate scaffolds. This all falls in line with what is appropriate and useful as far as instruction with English learners is concerned, as far as instruction with all students is concerned. In order to get started online, since we're in this period of distance learning especially, you can definitely get students writing brief messages or brief responses with tools like Google Classroom or even other tools like Socrative or other Google Forms, even like online methods of just getting students to post brief sentences. If you do decide to use Google Forms, you can use an emailing tool like FormMule. You can imagine a Google form gives you a spreadsheet of responses. Right next to the student responses, you can be typing in brief messages of feedback to students, and then you can use a tool like FormMule or yet another mail merge or other emailing tools to send emails directly to students, personalized feedback for their responses. And like I mentioned above, the idea of explicitly teaching the how to analyze writing prompts, you can give students the writing task, like in a Google Doc, and ask them to explain it back to you or to decode it. What is this writing prompt asking me to do? That's something that's very easy to do with a Google Doc, and you can spot check before they even start writing that they really do understand what their task is. And of course, technology makes it easy to provide template sentence frames and models that reflect the way that you want them to write. All students need to be able to see what success looks like, and technology definitely makes that easier. Thanks very much for watching. Let's help students write academically.